Well, Aaron, I'll give you the controls here in a second, but we're going to talk about listing reports and new listing marketing. This is continued, in our series for Committed to Success. Um, there's several different ways in KV Core that you can present value, or sorry, not value, but like present what a property might be worth to a client, right? So last time we talked about the market reports, and that's kind of like a 30,000 foot view over a city or a neighborhood or a region or area or whatever. And this is more specific to someone's house, right? Like what is their home worth? Um, and there's also some cool stuff with KV Core that they can do um, Aaron, can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Okay,
can
good.
now.
Okay,
Um,
couldn't hear me over the music.
yeah, I couldn't hear you over the music.
The music is more important. So the listing reports are really cool. They not only is it giving you specific information for your house, but it also is a place where a client can go to set up really their own website for their property, so they can figure out like, hey, how do I manage and maintain my property, and also get just a bunch of really valid information on their stuff. So with that as kind of an intro, Aaron, why don't you take the wheel? And I'm going to
Oh,
mute myself because there's a bunch of background noise. I'm at a class in Salt Lake, and I'm kind of ducking out for an hour to do this Zoom.
yeah. So like Dan said, you're able to send personalized home value emails to your sphere of influence, and it provides them an updated estimate of their home value in today's market. What's really nice is you set it up once. If their home value changes, it will send them out an email every time their home value changes. It has your contact information. This is what the email looks like. It has a map of where their home is located, their address, and then they can click this review now, and it's going to jump over to your website, and it will also show you on your dashboard that they went and looked at their home value. So that would be maybe a really good phone call to give them a call and see how everything's going. And so that's all easy to do inside of KV Core. I will show you guys after I go over a few other things how to go do it and set it up. But I wanted to also tell you is when they go to review now, and if they download your mobile app on their phone, what's really nice is some people were like, well, their square footage is wrong, because in Utah, it only tracks the top of the the upstairs of the property. It doesn't track the basement. So there is a
So
place.
Aaron, let me jump in here, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone's got this issue, right? Zillow's got this issue, realtor.com has these issues. Any website that's aggregating information from the county data, they're looking at above ground square footage. They're not looking for basement square footage. And so you're going to have this as you jump around to Zillow.com. What's my home worth, and why is my home only 1,500 square feet? I have a 3,000 square foot Rambler. It's because it's not including the basements, right? And so one of the things our clients can do is they can go in and modify this themselves and update um, the details on their own home. So this isn't exclusive to us. Sometimes we have some feedback like, how come I share this with my client and the data's wrong? Well, it's wrong for everyone. So this is where they can modify that.
Yeah, so inside of the app, there's a view and edit home details, and they can click on it and they can change it. Other things that are really cool that they added in there, if you haven't been in there lately, is you can add in your home loan. So they can go in and add their lender name, their loan amount, when their loan started, their estimated balance, and they can save that. So it almost starts becoming their home app, theirs. They can also, oh, let me go back, sorry. They can also add in their insurance info. So they can go add in who their insurance company is, and their contact info all inside of their app. And they can also request refinancing information from lifetime home loans, and even more is going to be added to that. But that's where they're at so far with that home value. Well, it's this little value and equity tab when they're in the app. The next thing that's really cool is the maintenance. They can go through and they can see what they need to do to maintain their home. So they have a fall one, they have a winter or spring. And then they can go through and they can check when they go and do these things on their home. So it's a home maintenance checklist that you could send out to them. And
I kind of love this, right? I'm a moron when it comes to fix it stuff. I'm not Brian Walker, who's got like actual skills when it comes to like, you know, manly things. And so like to have a reminder of like, hey, these are the things you should do on a regular basis to help your home stay in tip top shape. You know, these are, I just did an air quality class last week as part of the Utah County Association of Realtors, like mini convention. And this is the kind of stuff they're talking about is replacing furnaces and weather stripping, you know, these kind of things to help the inside of the home be safe and healthy and also maintain peak value in your home. Because, you know, that's what we all want. So I think it's good for me. But of course, it's, you know, this would be really good, helpful reminder for our clients.
yeah, and I wanted to point out, like all throughout this app, you guys are their agent. It has your contact information. They can send a referral. They can ask you a question. They can get a quote from you. And wherever they're at, your photo is right down here and your name is throughout the whole app. So they're always know that you are their real estate agent through the entire process. The next one is the market tab, and this is where they can find out what's going on in the market around them. So they can see their home value, but also what's going on around me in the market. They can see the average sales price and then if it's gone up or down. So I would really utilize this tool and go over and start setting it up on your clients. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to go and do. So we're going to jump over to KV Core real quick. So when you're inside of your KV Core account, just go to kvcore.com and log in, and you're going to go over to your smart CRM and then all contacts. This is recorded, you guys, so if you want to go back and watch it, you can go to the training vault and watch this on how to set it up. But it's super easy. So you're just going to come in here and you're going to pick the contact that you want. If you don't see them, you can search their name right here. But we're going to go into Brandy. And then we're going to come over here to the right hand side and scroll down to where it says listing valuation. And then we're going to come in here and say add. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type her home address out. And it connects with Google, which is kind of nice. So sometimes it just pre-populates and then you can add it and you can say save. So you just add the property address, press save. And then it's going to go out and say, this is the valuation. So from here, you can kind of quickly see, is that accurate or is it close to it? And if you're fine with what it looks like, you can say update and send. And then it's going to send them an email with their home value. And then whenever their home value changes, it will send them an email and update them on that value change.
So
So
that's a really interesting part is when it changes. So it will change if there's like a comparable that's added to their area. Like if a neighbor lists their home, like they'll get a new listing valuation, right? Or if a neighbor sells their home or whatever, whatever in their little, you know, in their area where someone might choose a comparable. If there's, you know, activity, then it's going to reflect in their listing valuation. So they kind of get this done automatically and sporadically. It's not like a market report that's sent monthly or on our calendar. This is when there's activity, which is kind of cool.
yeah, and if you ever want it removed, you can just press this X button. It's that easy, you guys, but so it's simple. You just go put it on and you can go to your next client and put those on for everybody. It takes just a couple minutes and then it's on there. You have to do it again.
Hey, Aaron, can you go in and change the value manually?
No, you cannot change the value manually. I would suggest if you guys want to do something that's more of a manual valuation, you use Core Present. It's very easy, but we will be doing a class on Core Presents later on, and Dan will be running that. And I would attend that class and come to that. But you can also go to the training vault, and we have a class on Core Presents in there as well, if you want to watch that before we do a training on that.
Don, this is going to look a lot like Zillow does or some of the other online aggregators. So you know, to your more sensitive clients, you may want to just give them a heads up that like, hey, this is just the aggregator stuff. If you want a specific CMA done, please let me know.
So
Kelly?
I was going to say the only person that can change those specifics would be the homeowner in the app. Okay,
Yes.
I just want to clarify that.
Yes, so I would suggest if your homeowner does want to change it, just ask them to download your mobile app. And they can go in and edit it from there. All right. Okay, any other questions on that? All right, we're gonna jump over to how to effectively market a new listing. Professional photos and videos. That's the first thing we have on the list because we wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you don't have a professional and what it looks like when you do have a professional goes out and does it.
So Aaron helped me put together a website to kind of show some of the differences that, you know, me and my team do when it comes to listing a property. And one of the things is professional photography. And so we took a listing last fall from someone and they had these photos on the website that's, you know, that's their photos they put. And so we match them with our professional photography, right? And there's a bunch of photos of the living room, of the kitchen, of the bathroom, and just, you know, how a good photographer can drastically, you know, highlight a home differently than just our cell phones. And that they're as good as our iPhones are, they're not good enough for our listings, in my opinion.
I think it's crazy the difference. I mean, it looks like a different home, to be honest. It makes it seem very inviting, having a professional go in and take the photos. It looks like a total different property. So I agree. And that being said, I know that some people have had questions on, okay, well, who can I hire to do photography? And we actually have a new affiliate at AIG. Lots of people have been using, well, we've had a couple people use him. Roger Jessup uses him for all of his listings. He does a great job at photography and videos and drones. So we wanted to give you guys his contact information. And then also I took a screenshot of his website, kind of just showing you guys what his pricing is. And then Kelly also said he does great work. So there's an endorsement as well. He is great at photography. He also has some photos on his website if you guys want to go take a look, but does great work. If you need somebody, give him a call. He is eager to earn your business. All right. And then I also wanted to remind you guys that property website. So everybody has a property website for every single listing that they have. You have one on KV Core. It showcases the listing photos and the property features and more. I wanted to show you what that looks like. This is Ashley Wolfius. She has this amazing listing that she just listed in Ogden. And this is what her website looks like, and all of yours looks very similar. It showcases all of the listing photos. It has a description of the property, and this is what I love is it has her contact information right here. So it showcases that as well. So I wanted to show you guys this because you can use this to advertise on social media. Put this link on your social media posts where they can go over and get more information. They can request to chat with you or request a showing, and all that is going to come over to you as the listing agent. So the next thing is I wanted to show you guys that our marketing company also has something called a custom landing page that we offer, showcasing photos, property features. You can showcase your drone videos, Matterport if you're using that, floor plans, and also you as the listing agent to try to get more listings. So I wanted to show you what that looked like. Ashley just hired us to do hers. We have her logo on here. We have links that go down and show more information on the page, but we have a nice photo of the property. And then we have the key photos that showcase this property. And then property details. She had a lot to say about this property. There's a lot going on with it. So she really wanted to go in and dive deeper than you can on the MLS. So that's what really makes this landing page great, is that we can showcase all of this information. We can also embed a video on there showing a property photo. any video. So I won't go through and show the entire video, but you get the picture. We can showcase the video on there. We also have floor plans, outdoor photos that go through all the outdoor photos, and then also talking about the neighborhood, the location, and it shows a map of where it's located, and then about Ashley. So there's that you can use as part of our marketing services as well. We also wanted to talk about social media posts to promote your new listing across all of your social media platforms. So like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. There's other ones that you can post on like LinkedIn and other social media platforms. And then I know last week we talked about community Facebook groups. Like if you start a community and you're farming an area, this would be a great time to go post that listing on that community group that you started to let them know about the new listing in their community. It's great to post photos of the property, but also captivating drone videos, or even you taking a video and touring the property. Dawn, I know you're great about doing that. And I know there's other agents on the call that are great about doing personal videos, showing people the property, and that gets a lot of views. I wanted to show you an example of Ashley and what she did on her Facebook to just kind of show you some best practices.
Never mind love. Never mind love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire for you. Never mind love. Never mind love. What makes you think love will end when you know that my whole life depends?
So I wanted to say while this was going that this is something that a lot of photographers offer in their packages, where they will do a video like this that you can post on your social media. And I just want to point out, you guys, she didn't pay any advertising. Look at how many people are liking that post. 79 likes from this video. I mean, it is a really cool property, so that's probably why, but it's also a really nice video showcasing the features inside the property. So I would suggest doing something like that. And I know our AIG affiliate, he does offer a service like this of doing a video for social media. So, and then I also want to talk about the way that she's filmed it. I know some people go out there and they video, but she has this portrait style for social media, because that's how people post on social media. I see a lot of horizontal. So just some things to look out for when you're posting on social media. Anything to add, Dan?
No, just exactly what you've said so far. You can direct your photographer to do landscape or portrait. If you're trying to build a YouTube channel, you're going to do landscape. If you want to do the Insta, it's going to be more portrait. I don't have like a secret recipe for this one. I'm kind of doing both right now, which sometimes I wonder if it's a mistake, but trying to hit multiple platforms. But I think it's super important, and you do get good engagement. I think there's part of it is engagement. The other part of it is social proofing. When you do meet someone who's kind of like considering you as a realtor versus some other people, like the social proofing is really important when they pull up, like your Instagram account and they see, oh, this is the kind of marketing that they do for everyone. Like, oh, I want this person to be, my listing agent. I don't know how many homes we'll sell here, but I know it really does set you apart as a professional.
Yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about before, I was talking about just posting the listing, but there is also social media advertising that you can do. I wanted to give you guys two different options and I'm sure there's more, but there's KV Core property boosts that you can do inside of your KV Core. And I know Dan's used this service. And so I quickly just put some pricing here so that you guys can see what their pricing is. And so like $55 and you reach 1,000 people. So there's different options that you can do. There's also AMG, our marketing company, that we can do a listing blast and you just send us the address and we'll get it out there, send you a proof and then get it out there. Ours is
So
75. Oh, go ahead.
no, yeah, I do these all the time, right? I just did an open house one of the KB Core ones for my open house, and I got real numbers and real names and people, and I've connected with one of them. So like that, it works. Like you get a lot of the internet crap, but like you get real people too. Aaron, I'm super impressed with your post reach here on the AMG Media Blast. I mean, that's bang for your buck. That is way better than KB Core will do. And so I will, as soon as this meeting's over, contact you about one of my new listings and get you on here, because that's super impressive. Are you
Yeah.
doing this? How are you doing this? Tell us more.
Okay, so yeah, we post on our Remax Associates page, and I will say one thing about our marketing company. We're here to service you guys. We're about helping you guys sell more real estate. We're not here to make a bunch of money, right? And so I feel like our reach is a little bit more than theirs, but they are good in other things as well as KB Core. I think it's probably good to do maybe a combination, see what you like. You know, Dan, we've talked about this a little bit, like, about which one's better. And I think they're better for different reasons. You're gonna get a lot of leads on the KB Core. I'm glad that you got one that converted and it was a real person, Dan, but some people are like, I don't really care about the leads. I just care about getting people to an open house. And I care about getting my listing out there and getting my name out there. So I think that there's two different ways to advertise. This will bring in a lot of leads. How many of them convert? I'm not sure. I haven't been able to actually have numbers on that, right? But I do know when we've done open houses that we get people to open houses and that people attend, but it happens over here. I think they're both great. But what we do is we post it on social media on the Remax one, and then we boost it, and it has all of your contact information. There's a button where they can call you directly off of the ad. And so that's really nice. We're not sending them to your website, although they can go there. We're trying to get them to call you, or they can go to your website. So just two different ways of advertising.
No,
But
that
that's,
it's super helpful, and that's really good reach numbers there. So that's
yeah,
impressive. Well done.
yep, 4,125. So yeah. And we help with open houses. We just helped Ashley with her open house. I don't know if she's on the call, but I'll have to ask her how it went.
Yeah.
And then we can also do I also suggest doing an email blast. So blasting your new listing out to the agents in Utah. Also contacting all of your contacts inside of KB Core, letting them know about your new listing. And you can do that all inside of KB Core. We also have a service that we can send an email to all the agents in Utah, letting them know about your new listing. Andy, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, so in KB Core, I don't know if you've seen it or if maybe you already, I apologize, I was late, so you maybe have already covered it. But when you get a new listing like this, you can go in there, and if you have thousands of contacts that we have from old buyer leads, it will match those contacts to your listing. I don't know if you already went over that or not, but it makes it really easy.
Yeah, I love that you're talking about that, Andy, and yeah, it's like, boost your listing or something, promote your listing
Yeah,
inside of
so
or
go
on the
ahead.
dashboard.
When I go into my listing, if you go down just a little bit where it's overview and gallery and map, and you can kind of click on different buttons at the very end, it just says matching buyers, and it automatically searches your CRM for people who have been looking for similar homes in the similar area, and it just gives you a big long list, and you can email them out to people who are looking at a listing already on your website.
Yeah, and I love that you're talking about that, Andy, because I really like that feature. As soon as you start actively using your website and get people on your website looking, that's a great tool. And when you have an open house, that's an amazing tool to send them an email and a text saying, hey, I have an open house this weekend, come check it out. It's also a great thing to mention in your listing packet when you're trying to get a listing, right? I have these many buyers in the area looking that I can contact about your home as soon as it's listed. All right, and then I think everybody knows about just listed postcards, but I do want to mention it because I have agents that do it every single time you get a new listing. They swear by it. Let the neighbors know about the new, their new listing in the neighborhood. See if they might know somebody that's looking to move into the area. So, just a reminder that we can help you with just listed postcards. If you don't have a contact, we can get you a proof. We can also pull a radius. We pull the addresses for you. So you can tell us the address of the home and we'll pull a radius of 200 homes around the area, or we can do 400 homes around the area. So we're happy to help you. We do everything from getting you a proof to printing to getting the postage on there and getting it off to the post office. So you just have to say, I need a postcard and we'll get it done for you. Flyers and brochures. So making sure that you're showcasing the property when you have an open house or when somebody's touring the property. Maybe you want more details about what's in there. You can put together a flyer or also like a 4 or 8 page brochure if it's a luxury property and you have a lot more details that you want to go over about what's in the home. Door hangers. Who here goes door knocking when they get a new listing? I don't know. Dan, do you do it? Or do you make Giselle do that?
Janelle.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, I make
Janelle.
Michelle do it too.
Sorry, Giselle. Does he
That's
make
okay.
you do it?
I'm not doing that for Dan. I don't do it for me either, but maybe I should.
Yeah, we've done
so-
it, right? And we've had some good success with it, right? Like it's the hardest thing to do because it's out, you're walking between homes. It feels like a big waste of time until it's not. But I know that, sellers love it. So
Yeah. So just talking about door knocking, that's a great one. And then of course, 2 sessions ago, we talked about open houses. We have a whole training on that and what to do for your open house. But when you have a new listing, doing an open house is a great thing to put together. We're sending out postcards again, door hangers, boosting it on social media, get directional signs up, let the neighbors know about the property and the open house, and then using the open house. And then signs. I love this one. And what I love about this is that our Remax sign is well known. Everybody knows the Remax sign. They know it's listed for sale. It's not like, oh, what is that sign? They know that property is for sale. So it's the sign you want, the agent you need. Get the Remax sign out there. Also, the sign writers. So I know the people that utilize the sign writer love it. The people that haven't are like, oh, we have this. This is amazing. Let me get it going. And so let me tell you a little bit more about the sign writer. It connects to your KV Core account. So you can change this text code up here. Like Kelly could put Kelly 1 to your office smart number. And then what you do is you assign Kelly 1 to whatever property you set it on. So whatever property you put that sign writer on, you can go into KV Core and assign it to that text writer. And what it does is when a lead text that code to that number, it's going to capture the lead's phone number. It's going to add the lead to your KV Core account. It's going to notify you. It's a legit phone number because they texted from their phone number to that phone number. So it's not a bad phone number. It's legit. And then it automatically puts them on drip campaigns. So to help you follow up with them. And then what they're getting, the lead is getting when they text that number, it depends. So if you assign it to a particular listing and you add an MLS number or an address, it's going to send them listing information and it's going to link over to your website with more photos and information about the property. You can also change that. So maybe the home was really hot and it went under contract in three days. You can change that text message reply to say the home went under contract in 3 days, find out your home value. And you can send a link to your website where they can get an estimated home value. That being said, you can change the message to anything you want it to say. You could say sold over asking price or whatever you would like that custom message to say, you can change that. But agents that have been utilizing this love it. If you haven't been utilizing it and you want to, feel free to reach out to us and we can help get these text writers up and running for you. Dan, are you using the text writers right now?
no, but I literally just flipped over to my standard operating procedures list and said, get sign writers. So that's a really cool function. And yeah, I will be using them in the future.
I know
Yeah.
Logan Moffat, he used it a couple years ago and he had great success. This was back when I was on his team and it was phenomenal. It was a seamless process. Their contact information goes into KV Core, so you don't have to worry about missing anyone that might be calling on the property. It was really, really neat. And I think as well, are there options to have a QR code on these sign writers? I can't remember if there was or was not. Aaron?
Yeah, so you can, where we have this logo right up here, you can change this and put a QR code on here. Yes, you can customize this writer to whatever you want. So you could have a QR code that goes to your website, or maybe a QR code that says scan to get your home value or something. You can do that.
Hey, Erin, what's the price on that?
So the sign writers are $22 to get them created each, and it's just part of KV Core. So it's a service inside of KV Core. So it's just the price to get it printed. And what is nice is I've done these back in the day. I mean, I've been in the industry for 16 years and I remember having to do these for every single new listing. These can be reused. So after you're done, you just go on the backside of KV Core and you change it to a new listing. So you pay $22 and you can reuse it until it's destroyed, you know? So just that one time fee. And then to be able to change it on the backside, you guys, it's seriously like a couple clicks and then you enter in the MLS number and that's it. It's not hard to set up. It's super easy. And I can do a video and put it out there on the training vault so that you guys can see it. I also am happy to hop on and show you guys how to do it. And then Miracle Home, by a raise of hands, who is a miracle agent on this call? Dan. Great. I can't see everybody at the same time, but I know that we have a handful of a lot of agents at Remax that are miracle agents and they love it. So Dan, tell me a little bit about how that's helped you in your business.
Oh, I didn't know if you were talking about this. I just think of myself as a miracle. No, just kidding. I do. Yeah, no. I do automatically from my check $25 for each transaction that goes to the children's home that are hospital, whatever, children's hospital network. It feels like not a lot when you say it like that, but it's really cool. My clients get a thank you note after the transaction saying thank you for being part of this, and it's done automatically. They don't know how much I'm donating. Just in case you're wondering, it's just once you're over $25, that card goes out automatically. So that's the threshold there. But you know, I've been doing it for a minute and you know, happy to say that I'm a miracle agent, you know, for several years in a row, just through just donating $25, you know, from each transaction, which is pretty rad, especially when we have new children's hospitals in our local markets. Be able to tell people, yeah, like we're you know, donating to that cause, which is I think is about a worthy a cause as you can get.
Yeah, and I like that you brought that up because all of the proceeds in Utah they say local, right? It goes
They stay
to
local.
Children's Hospital. You know, I've heard a lot of agents that love it and they really like it, and there are some clients that go with you because you are a miracle agent, you know, and helping out the local community. So I just wanted to showcase that. If you aren't doing it and have interest in it, reach out and we can talk to you a little bit more about becoming a miracle agent and having all of your listings become a miracle home, because how amazing is that?
It's really just as easy as telling April I want $25 from my
There you
check
go.
to the, you know, children's home network. So it's super duper easy.
And then the thank you card goes out automatically.
Yep.
Yeah, wow, super easy. So yeah, contact April if you want that to be taken out of your check. Also we have listing packets that are coming next week with more information about Miracle Home and how you can showcase that in your listing packet that you are a miracle agent. The last thing is Gold Connect. So post your listing on Gold Connect. We are part of Gold Nation. We reach Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, and all of Utah, where you guys are. And so I wanted to give you guys a little glimpse of what that looks like. You can post your listing, the price, and you can tell everybody about your new listing and reach all the agents in Gold Nation. So this is
And this is something that you can do before the listing actually goes live, before it actually hits the MLS, because we're technically part, or practically, I don't know, whatever. We're part of the same brokerage, right? And so we can let our people in California that are moving to Utah know when our listings are going live. And so if they have listings that are moving to, Ogden or Lehigh or whatever, that, like, they can see it before it actually hits the market, which is a really cool feature. And sellers really do actually like this quite a bit.
Right.
I think also to kind of springboard off of what you said, Dan, I think also this is a great opportunity as we're talking to buyers and getting those buyer broker agreements signed with buyers. We are letting them know that we're going to do the work for them on finding off-market deals and off-market properties that aren't even listed yet. So if we all use this Gold Connect, it also gives us a chance to be able to network internally as Remax, and it just provides a much stronger proposition as we're talking to buyers. So both sellers, there's benefits for both buyers and sellers, whoever you represent.
Andy, what do you got?
Yeah, we've looked at this a lot, Dan, and there's if you go a heat map of where everybody who's moving to Utah is from, is exactly where all of these brokerages are. So this is a good option to get it out there to people who are moving from out of state into state for referrals.
Love
Yeah,
that.
Aaron, if you go to the next screen, what this is, before the, well, whatever. I'll jump in anyway. But what Andy's referring to, I think, is really rad. If you ever use the tool List Track as part of comes with the UtahRealEstate.com, List Track does a heat map and shows you where people are located when they're clicking on your property, and when where that heat map kind of hovers over is exactly the same map that Gold Connect or the Gold Nation is. And so all the people that are looking to purchase your homes, whether in state or out of state, they really are located in the Gold Nation. And so utilizing Gold Connect, it could be a powerful tool for you in both in actual finding clients, and also a narrative to your sellers and buyers of getting properties advertised before they actually hit the MLS.
Great. I wanted to let you guys know some of the stuff that I talked about, we can help you in the marketing department. So I wanted to give you guys, we have some packets, some plans that you can choose from. The Essential is our bestseller. It includes the social media blast on the listing blast on social media, the email to the real estate agents. It includes 200 postcards in a radius of the listing, and then 30 flyers for the property. But we also have a starter package and a more deluxe package. And of course we do a la carte, but we wanted to put these together to give you guys some options. One thing that I've been seeing agents do is including this in their listing packet of like this, we hire a marketing company and they're actually utilizing this when they go out to get a listing. So I just wanted to show you guys that we are here to help you with all of that if you need help. So reach out to me or Taylor on my team and we're happy to help. And then I'm going to turn it over to you, Dan.
Well, so hopefully this is like, as you're doing this, you're like kind of making notes. I know I was, of like, hey, this is what I want to do when I get a listing, right? So new listings is your standard operating procedures of like 1 to whatever number that is, getting the listing and then marketing that listing. So, if you thought of things that you heard here that you want to add to your list, hopefully you're doing that. Maybe you can go back and listen again. But, 2 things. 1, these are things that you should do to help you sell a home. And 2, these are things that you should do to help communicate to your clients that you do to help sell homes. Because sometimes when we're in front of our clients, we don't do a great job of like, this is what I do, you know, and so when we actually write it down and we actually put pen to paper and make a list of it, what we do is more impressive because we do a lot. And so, you know, hopefully you have a list of standard operating procedures and you actually adhere to them. So when you get a new listing, you're doing the same thing, you're doing it over and over, because repetition is how this stuff works, right? If you do it consistently, then you're going to see the results. So hopefully you're making a list, you're adding it to your listing presentations and buyer presentations, which we'll talk about in the next few weeks. That this is the kind of stuff that's really going to set you apart and really going to say, I am the agent who is providing value. I'm the agent that you should hire. So that's obviously the whole point of all of this. So hopefully today was helpful. Next week, we're going to be doing listing packages, and I won't be in a hotel, and I'll be in my desk and be able to be a little bit more helpful. Thank you, Aaron, for driving the ship today. Any questions before we sign off?